Good day everyone. Our topic for today is the management of employee discipline. The nature of discipline. Discipline is regards as the training of the mental, physical, moral, and development of individual character, inherent in organizational system. Discipline is an employee attitude towards work. The three dimensions of discipline. It is First, it is means of telling the employees what is expected to them. So, isa pa na ako ang isa ka HR manager niya, ingnon ako mga employee nga sa akong kung sa akong expectation sila bitaw muna siya number 2 is it is means of ensuring that they do what they are expected to do. So, ang kanan na example is so lugar ako nag-istorya sa akong mga employee kung sa akong expectation sila tapos, nag-expected ko nga ilang kumbuhaton ng sa to kung expectation sila So, ang 3 is, it is means of correcting performing employee, committing any infractions or violation of rules and regulations. So, ang isang pala na is, if isa ka employee, naka-violate siya sa rules sa organization, dapat ako siyang i-correct i-correct na ko siya ba, tapos nga, dili na mawin mong gibuhat. Next.
Establishing good discipline. So number 1, discipline is the method employed by management to bring employee behavior under control. It implies that certain things are not done according to specified norms or behavior. Some forms of penalty will be imposed. So, sa aning nga discipline, ganito siya kinahanglan sa organization para makontrol ang ilahang behavior. And if naay kaning batasan nila nga dili nila makontrol, so magka-penalty sila sa ilang organization. So second, the purpose of penalty is not exact retribution or vengeance. So ang purpose daw ani dili tungod na makakwarta ang ilang organization or ang employer. It is because to impress upon employees the need for doing things rightly or in the prescribed manner para daw makontrol ang ilahang kamatasan. It signals warning for other employees that the organization will not tolerate any willful violation of its rules and regulations para po daw mawarningan ang uban nga employees nga dili sila mag-tolerate of such actions nga dili maayo. So third, discipline is educating the employees the fundamental standards of behavior and performance. The employees must realize that rules and regulations are imposed and enforced for their benefit and not to coerce or punish them. So, ang discipline daw kuno para na sa ilahang performance mga employees, dili tungod para i-punish ang mga employees. So, it is designed to encourage workers to follow rules and good conduct and behavior so that the group accomplish the organization objectives. So, kanito siya para ma-encourage ang mga workers na mag-behave og tarong and makuha ang ilang objectives na smoothly. So, discipline is needed in a business and other organization to maintain it profitable and sustain its growth. So, sa organization daw is importante ang discipline para ma-maintain ang growth sa usa ka organization. The levels of management authority in administering discipline. Top management establishes policies, rules, and regulations with the assistance and guidance of Human Resource Department or HRD. This set of rules are discussed with different operating managers for proper information and for their implementation. So, ang top management daw ang mag-establish sa mga policies with the assistance lang sa HRD. Dayon, they set with rules. So, kauban nila ni mag-discuss ang uban nga operating managers sa organization. Maura ko siya.
The role of Human Resource Manager. The Human Resource Manager rules is greater in the small companies than in the large organization. And it's usually greater in a non-business organization than in a business firm. While the HRD in a vanguard all employees' welfare and discipline. The function and disciplining employees in the organization is distributed as follows. 1. At the lower level of discipline involving only warning, the first line supervisor has the final authority. 2. At the middle level, involving suspension, line supervisors and manager have the line authority. 3. At the top level, involving discharge, an authority is about evenly distributed or split between the line manager and the human resource. In general, as the severity of the offenses increases, the role of the first line supervisors decreases and the role of the HRD increases. Generally, person is a higher level of management take a stronger or perhaps or more punitive position on matter and of discipline than those in the lower level. Supervisors are somewhat reluctant of follow rules in the strict fashions for fear of losing the operation subordinates if they are too strict. The following guidelines and the procedure may be taken into consideration. 1. When the employee commits a minor offense, meriting punishment, there will be casual private reminders from the department supervisor which can be disseminated in a friendly but factual manner. Number 2. If a second offense occurs within a month or 2 months, the reminder are repeat but in a written explanation from the employee is required and the promise that he will not commit the same offense. 3rd, at the 3rd offense will lead to another discussion and it will usually involve the same degree of warning and suspension. At this point, the HRD issues a warning and order of suspension if needed. An investigation should be done by the HRD to find out the following. A. Does the worker like the job? B. Is the worker unable to tolerate the work routine? C. Are the personal, domestic, or human relation problems in the unit? D. Is the worker able to willing to abide by the rules in the future? Number 4. If a fourth incident occurs within a period of 6 months, the supervisor and his manager will conduct the final discussion with the HRD and the final warning or termination is issued. 5. When the employee continues to give the good performance and complies with the terms and conditions or probation, this will lead to the clearing of the employee's record. The principle of reinforcement is applied to correct the behavior of the employee, and the supervisor must let the worker know that improvement is appreciated.
Next is the role of line supervisor and managers. It is the role of line supervisor and managers to see to it that human resource policies, rules, and regulations are followed uniformly in the organization. There are indirect contact with employees and any infraction of rules and regulations are within their watch. Selective implementation will create demoralization among employees. So, ang rule daw was a line supervisor and managers to discipline and away that all employees are following the rules and regulations in their organization. They are
develop sweet and sour relationship between the management and the union. It is a management try to discipline workers, but this has been modified with the is active catalyst for the adoption of grievance procedures, and they have contributed significantly to the development of collective agreements where the discipline is included as a part of the union responsibility. The discipline of employees is not easy because discipline can cause bad relationship between the management and employees. There are some employees who are contradict on how the management discipline all the employees. Also, the management team cooperates of all the employees in discipline. Some major principles union and management are warning are discharge of termination can occur only for a just cause. So, ang mga empleyado ay hindi maaaring tanggalin ng pamamahalaan na walang wastong ebidensya ng matitinding pagkasala o paglabag sa tungkulin ng at regulasyon. So, number 2, the burden of approval should be on the employer and not on the employee. Ang pamamahala ay dapat magpakita ng konkretong ebidensya ng paglabag sa mga mabigat at pagkakasala, at ang mga empleyado ay dapat bigyan ng pagkakataon na ipaliwanag ang kanyang posisyon at pawiin ang ebidensya na ipinakita ng management. So number 3, the formal grievance procedure should be used. Ang empleyado ay dapat na ipaalam sa pamamagitan ng sulat tungkol sa pagkakasala na ginawa, at ang sapat na oras ay dapat ibigay para sa isang empleyado na ipaliwanag ang panig. So the last one is number 4, management action must be made due process. Ang due process ay ang pamamaraan kung saan binibigyan ng pagkakataon ang empleyado na maririnig at walang aksyon na gagawin laban sa kanya maliban kung napatunayang nagkasala. So the following circumstances must be present before management could establish that there exists a just case for the discharge or termination of the employee. So first, we have the employee has prior warning that his conduct will result in discipline, including possible discharge. So they need to give a warning to their employees before they terminate. So number 2, that the misconduct of the employees is related to the safe, efficient, and orderly operation of the business. So the bad attitude of employees that safety can make his or her terminated in organization. So number 3, the HRD has properly investigated the offense committed and a written report including evidence and testimonies are presented. The investigation must be impartial and it must be objective and fair. So when they make the investigation, they should be fair to all employees. Like for example, meron silang paboritong empleyado or kaibigan na nakagawa ng paglabag sa kanilang palisiya, dapat hindi nila pagtatakpan. So, number 5, the disciplinary measure and must reasonable related to the seriousness of the offense of the employee recorded in the company. So, the disciplinary of the employee must be based on the offense that they have made or done. So, next, in preparing the guideline for implementation or of any policy or rule of conduct, the following must be satisfied. Number one is the rules are necessary. So, the implemented rules is needed in disciplinary process. So, number 2, they must be widely applicable. The rules of discipline is correct. Number 3 is they must be consistent with organization's objectives. So, the implemented rules are aligned to the organization objectives. So number 4, they must be communicated and known to all. The management should be informed all the employees about the new implementation rules and regulations. So number 5, they must be clear and easy to understand. So the implementation rules and regulations must be up to date. Number 5 is the implementation rules and regulations must be clear and understand. Number 6, they must be reasonable. So the implemented rules and regulations must 7, the last one is they must be enforceable. So the implemented rules and regulation must be enforceable. That's all.
Penalties. First is reprimand. It is a verbal warning given by the supervisor to correct immediately infraction of the company rule. When a rule or a policy is disobeyed or disregarded, the supervisor must do something about it, and failure to act is a sign of poor supervision. Reprimand, mao ni siya ang pasalitang pabala or warning nga gihatag sa iyang supervisor para isakto dayon ang mga sayop or ang mga rule nga wala nasunod sa usa ka employee sa ilang company. Pag ang rule or policy wala gisunod or gibaliwala lang sa employee is dapat na ay buhaton ang supervisor para masunod ang rule and policy sa usa ka company. The 10 cardinal arts of reprimanding. First is get all the facts and be sure the employee deserves the reprimanding. Before ka mag-warning sa usa ka employee is i-make sure nimo nga kanang wala jud niya nasunod or naglap or ibaliwala gid niya ang rule and policy sa ilang company. Second is do it calmly in the confines of your office. So, while hatag kag warning sa iyaha, dapat dito nimo na siya istoryahan sa inyong sulod sa inyong company. Dili kay istoryahan nimo siya sa tanan nga makadungog ang uban employee ang mga kauban. So, while istorya ka sa iyaha, dapat kalma lang pag-istorya sa iyaha nga kanang dili dapat ka nga murag nasuko sa iyaha kay basin ma-offend siya or mahadlok siya. Third is ask why and know the best way to handle it. Imuha siyang istorya ko ay imo siyang pangutan-on kung anong iyang nabuhat nga mga sayop or nganong iyang nabuhat ko or base na siya reason kung anong iyang nabuhat. Fourth, do it calmly, devoid of sarcasm and abuse and anger. So, dapat kalma lang nimo nga pag-istorya sa iyaha and avoid anger. Dapat di ka masuko, dapat kalma lang ang pag-istorya sa iyaha. And number 5, be firm and explicit on the charges. Ikaw nga manager, dapat kabalo ka unsa nga parusa or consequences nga imong ihatag sa usa ka employee kung naka-violate siya sa rules and policies sa inyong company. 6 is reprimand the individual according to the offenses as stated in the rules and regulations. Warningan nimo ang mga individual or mga employee sa ilang mga sayo based sa ilahang rules and policies. For example, sa Asia, kay kanang ilahang rule and policy sa ilahang company is once nga ma-positive ang ilahang employee nga nag-inom sila og alcoholic is diretso na sila mahawaon sa ilahang company. So mao na ilahang rule and policy sa ilahang company. Number 7, let the employee admit the offenses. So, pasagdan mo yung employee nga, iyang apunon sa imuha, iyang isulti sa imuha, tanan iyang mga sayop or kanang mga rules and policies nga wala niya nasunod sa inyong company. Number 8, be constructive and tactful and avoid threats. Dapat imuha siyang istoryahan na i-improve pa niya iyahang performance sa inyong company. Number 9, encourage the employee to do better next time and let him know that it is over and show confident on him. So, sa number 9 is kanang imuha siyang tambagan, imuha siyang i-encourage na kanang mas daghan pa siyang mabuhat nga mas maayo next time, and dili na niya hunahunahon kung unsa pa to iyang mga rule and policies nga wala nasunod sa company. So dapat i-avoid na to niya, dapat dili na to niya next time, mas dagan ko siya mabuhat nga insakto. Number 10, follow up and make sure that is done in a friendly manner. So, i-follow up din mo siya and make sure nga before mo ay after mo mag-istorya is walay kasuko nga pagbati sa inyong duha, dapat nga friend lang siya mo. The other types of reprimand are, first is oral warning. This is done by the supervisor or line manager to correct immediately the misdeeds of the employee using the cardinal rules stated above. So, ang oral warning is mora gyapon siya og verbal warning through face-to-face communication. Nag-warningan siya sa iyang supervisor through face-to-face yun. Nga nabantayan sa iyang supervisor, ginidsuan siya og warning wala siya naa siya rule and policies nga wala nasunod sa company nila. Second is written reprimand, usually given by the manager or line supervisor and is made as a part of his personal life. This could be referred for the future actions. So, ang written reprimand is kanang true sulat lang siya. Sulat or itagaan siya sulat nga nakabutang dito nga kanang giwarningan siya sa iyang supervisor kay naay wala nasunod niya nga rule and policy sa ilang company. So para sa kuha is mas effective yun ang oral warning kay through face-to-face magyud mo magstorya sa inyong supervisor. Unlike sa writing reprimand guys, through sulat lang. So namay uban employee nga dili ko tuo sulat kay kuan kana wala bitong istoryahan ni sir nga personal gyud nga kanang naay giwarningan ko niya nga naay kuan wala na akong gisunod. So much better gyud og oral warning kay through face-to-face gyud sila magstorya sa iya ang supervisor.
Temporary layoff of an employee from work due to the repeated violation of minor policies that don't warrant total separation or termination. Suspension does, for example, sa isang organization, nag-employment sila o policies na kung mag-absent sila sa 3 consecutive days is equivalent to suspended, but it doesn't mean that if you are suspended, you are already terminated to organization. It kind of discipline to you that you should follow the rules and regulations. The following procedure is necessary to determine the guilt of the employee. Number 1, investigate the fact and interview the witness including the charged employee and obtain signed, estimated, review the documentary evidence if you are possible visit or site or the of the incident. Kung makasala na ka sa isa ka empleyado kung kasala ang isa ka empleyado, dili dapat diretso ipahawa. Imbestigahan sa siya dahil sa iyang mahimong masala. Basig dili tinuod. Atuon niladaan ang lugar kung asa na itabo para makaimbestiga sila kung unsay sakto nga naitabo. Number 2, ascertain the guilt. Make sure that there is enough evidence to pinpoint the responsibility for that action. Dapat naayod daw ebidensya before nimo ipahawa ang isa ka empleyado. Number 3, determine the most appropriate penalty according to the set of rules and policies of the company. Ang ihatag sa company nga parusa is depende sa iyang sala kung dako siyang sala nga nahimo. Siyempre, i-terminate pero gamay lang maunang suspindi lang sa. Number 4, investigate how other similar infraction and policies and rules have been handled. As a HR, investigahan nimo dapat kung unsay policies about sa mga violation kay para mahatagan nimo sakto nga parusa ang isa ka empleyado. Number 5, review the employee file and determine previous misbehavior or personal record that may warrant termination.
a better job by providing them with understanding of the relationship with their superiors, fellow workers, and subordinates. Ang managerial counseling ay sila ang mga tumutulong sa mga empleyado na gumawa ng isang mas mahusay na trabaho sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay sa kanila ng pag-unawa sa kanilang mga relasyon sa kanilang mga supervisor, co-workers, at subordinates. Areas requiring counseling. Number 1, job-related activities. The most prevalent cases are found in the following areas. A. Performance. Management is responsible for informing the employee of their progress. The employee must know their status from time to time, and the immediate supervisor must do the counseling with performance related goals. Performance. Dapat ang isa ka empleyado, kabalo sila silang status as a employee, obligasyon nila magtrabaho from time to time, and para ilang supervisor ganahan silang performance. B. Disciplinary cases. Well, disciplinary measures outside of termination may result that HRD must establish the borderline between counseling and disciplinary. Measure could also serve as a motivating factor for other employees. Disciplinary cases kay termination medyo na result ana so ang supervisor must establish the borderline between counseling and disciplinary kung deserve ba sa employee nga mo stay or ma-terminate with so. C. Conflict in the work. The HRD must be careful in handling personal conflict. This may lead some people, and counselor must know when to intervene in the conflict. Conflict in the workplace. Kung ang isa ka organization kay naay problem or conflict, ang responsible na mag-solve ana HRD. D. Safety and industrial health. Employees should always be reminded of the health and safety programs of company and develop values and attitude of safe job performance while at work and other affairs. Safety and industrial health. Ang employees dapat aware sa mga health and safety programs. For example, there is sa Tanduay company, ginapahibalo nila tanan employees nga once a year na ay free medical consultation. And also, sa organization, dapat na ay mga sign kung bawal or delikado ba na siya ang lugar anahan. And E. Retirement. They have been used to working throughout their lives, and this requires adjustment. They need counseling and guidance from them to adjust a new world of life outside the confines of organization. Retirement. If mag-retire ang isa ka employee, is need niya ang guidance and counseling para maka-adjust siya sa iyang new life. F. Termination. One of the difficult job of the HRD is counseling of the employee who is terminated or temporarily laid off from work. Employees who are terminated should be given proper counseling for seeking other jobs and to advise others to better in the next employment. Termination. Ma-terminate ka if wala ka nagkaroon sa imong work or nagpapadlong ka sa imong opisina. I-terminate ka kung hindi ka maminaw sa ilang warning sa una. 2. Personal problems. The HRD is the guidance officer of the people who suffer from related to their family's work, interpersonal relationship, alcoholism, drug abuse, and others which are personal in nature. Personal problem. Ang HRD dapat makabalo siya sa mga personal problem sa iyang mga employee para makabalo siya o saon niya dala iyang mga employee. Number 3, family problem. The HRD should open its door to employees who suffer family problems that affect work performance. Care must be taken in counseling process that employees must receive the advice willingly and the job performance should not be affected. Family problem, SDR, dapat yang istoryahan niya mga employee. Gustahon o paminaw siya sa iyang mga employee sa mga problema nila. And A. Interpersonal relationships. Problem of the interpersonal relationship between a supervisor and co-employees sometimes exists in the workplace. Dapat na ay limitation inyong relationship pag-abot sa inyong position or work. Dili magsalig if close mo sa supervisor. B. Alcoholism and drug abuse. These two are the prominent health problems facing in HRD in this new world of social disorder. Employees get drunk to celebrate or temporarily forget personal problems or hope on drugs to get out from reality in the social life. Alcoholism and drug abuse. Kung ang mga employee gagamit ang HDR magproblema if na ay surprise nga pa-drug test kay kasagara po sa mga empleyado gatay og mga alcohol or drugs para malimtan nila ilang mga problem or nag-celebrate pa kaha. Last, C. Occupational stress. It caused by personal or emotional problems either inside the workplace or caused by the external environment. Occupational stress. Ang employee daw mag-take sila og drugs or mag-inom sila og alcohol drink sa sa ilang trabaho kay daghan bitaw og mga problema. So, ga-take sila para mabawasan ilang stress sa trabaho sa company.
Corrective disciplinary management. Corrective action is a process of communicating with the employee to improve an acceptable behavior or performance after other methods such as coaching and performing appraisal have not been successful. Okay, there are 4 parts of corrective disciplinary management. The first one is planning corrective discipline. Plan group actions where each one coaches another about the proper action to take in all work situations. The purpose of corrective discipline is to assist employees in changing their performance, attendance, and behavior, as well as to protect the employer legally if it is applied consistently and appropriately. The second one is organized team. Develop teams among the members of the group and let them plan work activities related to good conduct as effective organized team. Develop the feelings of belonging in the work teams and let them feel secure and comfortable as a member of the team. The third one is directing group action. Delegates authorities to subordinate as far down the line possible and communicate with the group through proper channels. Train subordinates technically, especially concerning safety and health and safe working environment that would avoid infractions of company rules and regulations. Let the team look after the physical and mental welfare of the group, especially relating to alcoholism and drug addiction that may result in company disciplinary action or termination. If a supervisor guides his subordinates and clarifies their doubts in performing a task, it will help the worker to achieve the work targets given to him. Okay, the last one is controlling and corrective action. Be fair but compassionate in dealing with disciplinary actions. Employees must understand that they are part of a parcel of organization and infraction of rules, policy, and regulation are not tolerated. For instance, an employee who harasses a co-worker may face warning, suspension, or termination. This action aims to eliminate the cost of harassment by reprimanding reprimanding the harasser.